All right, welcome back everybody to the program. It is John Pollock with you. We are getting set for UFC 199 happening Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time on pay-per-view. It is headlined by middleweight champion Luke Rockhold taking on Michael Bisping, and it's our pleasure to be joined by both men that will be involved in your main event on Saturday night. I want to start with you, Luke, because we've heard Michael Bisping and his reaction to getting this title fight, but when you got the call here, was this something that caught you by surprise with the injury to Chris Weidman, and how did you deal with the last-minute change of opponent?
I was prepared for Weidman to get injured. I knew there was a lot on the table for him, obviously, to pull out with New York there, and he's a brittle character. Let's be real here. So, given 2 weeks into the close to the fight, I thought we had a fight, but I knew we had options. I knew we had Bisping. I knew we had Jacare. Obviously, I wanted Bisping. He's got a mouthpiece. He can sell a fight on 2 weeks' notice, and so I preferred that fight, and I asked for that fight. Jacare couldn't take the fight. He was injured and had that surgery, so we confirmed Bisping.
As someone, Luke, that obviously wants to see this pay-per-view do well, was there a part of you that thought maybe it was too early for the Chris Weidman rematch, and the fact that there is a great story here which translates into people wanting to see this fight? There's a lot of anticipation for this. Is there a silver lining here to having Michael Bisping as your opponent?
Allow me to interrupt you there, sir. Allow me to interrupt you. Luke Rockhold and Chris Weidman couldn't sell a fight. They couldn't sell water to a thirsty man in a desert, right? I can sell sand to an Arab. This guy, nobody gives a about. He's a champion that no one cares about. So it's up to me to get the people interested, to get them invested, okay? Luke Rockhold won the first fight. I'm going to come back. I'm looking for redemption. I'm looking for revenge. And I'm also looking to be world champion. I get a chance to do all of three of those things. I'm a very, very happy man.
Michael, do you feel that Luke Rockhold is a significantly better fighter than the one you first fought, having defeated Chris Weidman? He is now the middleweight champion. Can you acknowledge him as the top middleweight in the world?
Of course, he wears the belt right now, so therefore he is the champion. Since we last fought, he's had 2 fights. He beat Machida. He looked great, although Machida, you know, he's the whole steroid thing at the moment, so, you know, maybe he was coming off the juice. And then he beat Chris Weidman. I was never sold on Chris Weidman, but that said, Luke is the champion. I myself, I've gone off. I've had 3 fights. I beat Foreman, #1 contender. I beat Anderson Silva, the greatest of all time. So we've both improved, you know. So this is a great fight, but it's one that I've wanted for a long, long time. It's personal. I don't like Luke. He doesn't like me. Who cares? We're going to fight. We're going to settle the score. I'm coming in on 2 weeks' notice. I'm going to knock him out. He's going to be led on the floor. He's going to look up the stars and think, I just lost my belt to somebody that came in on 2 weeks' notice. How's that going to feel, Luke?
I'll crawl in the cage. If you had a full training camp or not, it doesn't matter the situation. I'm going to knock you out every time we fight.
Absolutely incorrect, my friend. Listen, you're already making excuses. You're talking about your knee. You're saying they're injured. You're feathering the nest.
I'm just making my win. I'm just making my win that much better. Is what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. You're feathering the nest for your loss to cushion the impact.
I'm just better. I'm just going to put an exclamation mark on this one.
Okay. Well, you said that last time. Last time you said first round and.
What do you want? What does anybody want from me? I knocked you out and choked you out.
Hey, listen, you got the job done.
I think it was pretty damn flawless.
Every fight is different. We sparred before. I wiped the floor with you. I made a mess out of you.
Nothing.
And you walked out there going, holy shit, I never want to see him again. That's why you were ducking me. When we fought, God bless. You got the job done. You did. And I take my hat off to you. Well done. But every fight is different. And I don't turn down opponents. You turned down Jacare. I asked for you on 2 weeks' notice.
I didn't know.
I asked for you on 2 weeks' notice, buddy. That's how high my confidence is.
You got nothing to lose.
Luke, can you elaborate on what happened to your knee? You've mentioned you have an MCL injury. What exactly happened?
I tore my MCL about 12 weeks out, and then I just continued to spar and continued to tweak it. I thought I could fight through it, and I would be able to kick at some point and grapple, but I ended up working around it and just boxing most of this whole camp. I was able to start kicking with my left leg last week.
Last week. Listen, on your Instagram, you've been kicking pads and showing off and doing stupid for a while, but yet you're saying that you haven't kicked your whole camp, so it sounds like you're lying again. You turned down Jacare. No. You didn't tear your knee. Okay, you're full of You're just feathering the nest for when you lose. Because you are going to lose,
doesn't matter. I don't step in.
You got the job done last time.
Trust me, I don't commit to world title fights without
I'm going to eliminate your reach advantage. I'm going to smash you right in the face.
I don't need to kick. I don't need to grapple I
Okay,
can beat
good.
all
You
these
said
guys.
that
In the
last time.
moment,
You
I
turned
will
into a
fight my
wrestler
fight, and
pretty
I will
quick.
win my fights.
You turned into a wrestler pretty quick, buddy. So, go for the takedown.
I knocked you out.
Go for
it.
a
Doesn't matter if
takedown.
I wrestle. If I clinch fight you for a second, I knocked you out.
Do whatever the you want to do, buddy. Give it a try. Give it a try.
I'm gonna knock you out again.
We'll see. We'll
It's
see.
gonna be freaking
There's only one
flawless.
guy getting knocked out, mate, and that's you.
Flawless.
Believe you me. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Both eyes shut.
Come on, buddy. Let's see what you got. Bring it.
Luke and Michael, both of you guys have been very, very anti-PED. And the middleweight division, for a long time, there were a lot of fighters that were linked to that TRT era. Luke, I want to ask you, I mean, this is a guy, and Michael Bisping, you know, is a clean athlete, as is yourself. Do you feel that the two of you, and I would throw Chris Weidman in there as well, represent the new era of middleweights in this new era for the UFC post-USADA?
Bisping will never be considered in the new era of fighting. Neither is Weidman. Those guys are in the past, and I am the future. So it's nice to have a clean sport to deal with. Fight guys on a fair playing field, and we both have fought some cheaters in the past. Obviously, Bisping's coming off a win, off Anderson coming off the juice too. So these guys have been cheating and getting away with it forever, and I'm tired of it. And I think it's crap.
Michael, I also just want to ask you, in this short amount that you have had to prepare for the biggest fight of your career, now that you are just days away from this fight, is there anything you've learned from yourself over what you have had to do over the past 2.5 weeks, now that you are set to walk into that octagon? You haven't had the luxury of a full camp, but here you are getting set for the title. What have you learned in this short period?
I've learned that I don't need a full camp. I know that I don't need a full camp. I started training martial arts when I was 8 years old. This has been a life's work. I just beat Anderson Silva a few months ago. I fought the best of the best in the UFC in the world for the last decade, okay? So I don't need 8 weeks. I don't need 10 weeks. I don't need 2 weeks. I am a fighter. I look after myself all the time. And like I said earlier, I will step off a couch on 2 weeks' notice and ask to face Luke Rockhold, ask to fight the champion, because that's who I am. I'm a real fighter. I'm a fighter's fighter. I'll fight anyone, any place, anytime. And I will be victorious on Saturday night.
All right, well, I want to thank both of you.
No understanding of the situation.
I want to thank both of you for joining us here. The fight is coming up Saturday night, June the 4th, from the Forum in Inglewood, California. It is Luke Rockhold taking on Michael Bisping for the UFC Middleweight Championship. Guys, I want to thank you very much for joining us, and all the best going into Saturday night.
Thank you.
Enjoy.